are available to those who might not have been here. So on worksheet 812, I'm actually not going to do it on the worksheet.
Okay, I don't want to do it.
All right, so let me go onto this page here. This way I have more room. All right, so on 812, problem number 1, we have x squared minus 6x minus 2 equals 0. So we know A is 1, B is, C is?
-2.
-6 and -2. And we know that x is equal to -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So x equals negative blank plus or minus blank squared minus 4 blank blank all over 2 blank. Now, friends, I kid you not, I'm keep putting those parentheses in place for a reason. If you get into the habit of anytime you plug something in, you're going to put it in parentheses right away, chances are you're always going to get the answer correct. Okay? Because you're not going to make a silly calculator mistake, because the calculator will, if you go -5 squared, it says -25. That's wrong. If you put -5 in parentheses and squared, it tells you it's 25. Why does it do it? Because the calculator operating system has a different thought process. All right. Hey, what goes in this first blank? -6. What goes in the second blank? What goes in the third blank?
1.
What goes in the fourth blank?
-2.
And the fifth blank? 1. Everyone feel okay with that? All right. So watch your signs. Agree? Watch your signs. So that gives me 6 plus or minus 36. And then -4 times 1 is -4. -4 times -2 is positive 8. All over 2. Everyone following the method to our madness.
So -4 times 1 equals 4, and then -4 times 2 is -8.
All right. We're good so far. So I'm bringing it upstairs so we can see it a little bit better. So I believe 36 and 8 added together is 44. Do you feel comfortable with my math? Yeah.
So like -4 times 1 equals negative.
Yeah, so this was -4 times -1 times -2, or positive 1, excuse me. So that gives me -4, and then -4 times -2 is positive 8.
Oh, okay. So you do the first number and then multiply.
Mm-hmm. All right. Hey, 44 breaks down to which one of these perfect squares times another number? So root 44 breaks down to 4 times 11. Agree? So square root of 4 is 2, so I get 2 root 11. So that's I'm going to replace this is going to replace this. So I'm going to get 6 plus or minus 2 root 11 over 2. Agree? 1, 1, 3. 3 plus or minus root 11. This is what x is equal to. Okay? That is your answer. That is 2 answers. It's 3 plus root 11, 3 minus root 11. Questions for me there? May I move to problem number 3? Okay. What makes problem number 3 look a little bit different? Yeah, it's not equal to 0. It's equal to -6. Agree? I want it equal to 0. So I'm going to add 6 to both sides. And that's going to give me x squared plus 5x minus 1 equals 0. If you forget to move it and you just do your A, B, and C, you're going to get your wrong C value and make you have a wrong answer. And we don't like wrong answers. No. So A equals B equals C equals, what's A? 1. B? C? C?
Wait.
All right. And the quadratic formula as... Whose voice should we do it in? Let's do Elmo.
Oh, it's me, Elmo. X is equal to -b plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a.
Yo, how do you do that, Mr. Sir?
Hey, it's even recorded, so you can listen to it. That'll be a #1 hit. Yeah?
What's 1 squared squared? 1.
How do you get the negative 1?
1 squared is 1.
I moved the -6. I added 6 to both sides to make it equal to 0. So my main goal there was I wanted this to become a 0, so I had to move it. So I moved it by going this and this to move it over.
Okay.
All right.
So now,
So all those parentheses are where we're plugging in A, B's, and C's. Agree? What's in the first one? First blank. First blank. 5. Second blank.
5.
Third blank. 1. Next blank. And the bottom blank. Feel comfortable with what we did? All right. So negative parentheses 5 is -5 plus or minus 25. -4 times 1 is -4. -4 times -1 is +4 over 2. So bring this upstairs. Simplify. 25 plus 4 is 29. Okay. Question. Will root 29 break down to any of those perfect squares times another number? No. I can't break it down. You're like, yeah, but doesn't 16 work? No. Doesn't 9 work? No. Doesn't 4? No. They don't work. So, my friends, this is your answer. It doesn't have to be reduced.
So
That's when I have a negative underneath the square root sign once I put things together. Okay? All right, friends. Can I go to number 5? Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. You guys realize I'm just going down with the odds right now. Is that right? All right. Number 5. X squared plus 4x minus 3 equals -2. Am I ready to do A, B, and C, or do I have to do something first? Yeah, I need that 2 added. I want it to be a 0 over there. So those cancel. So I get x squared plus 4x minus 1 equals 0. Now I'm ready for the ABCs. Okay? A equals B equals C equals. What's A?
1.
B?
4.
C? -1. Because I have to modify it, right? Right? So basically, once you modify it, forget about that first problem. Okay? So when I get the test given to me, like you guys are gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is a huge test. No, it's like
For the space.
lots of space I'm gonna put in.
How
So
many
you,
questions are there?
I don't know, but I'm gonna try and get like 3 or 4 questions on a page, so it'll be like spread out.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
After the number 2, because I tried to do that on my own.
All right. So the quadratic formula to Gilligan's Island. X is equal to -b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. There we go. All right, so now you got 2 dumb songs in your head. All right, my friends, what goes in the first blank? 4. What goes in the second blank? What goes in the next blank? And the last one? And the bottom blank.
1.
Agree? All right, so don't forget that negative out front. 4 squared 16. -4 times 1 is -4. -4 times gives me a +4. So that cleaned up is going to give me x equals -4 plus or minus root 20 over 2. Friends, will root 20 break down to one of these perfect squares times another number? Do what? 4 and 5. Very good. We're choosing 4 and 5 and not 2 and 10 because 4 is the biggest perfect square that works. So I get 2 root 5. This 2 root 5 is going to replace this root 20. So I'm going to get x equals -4 plus or minus 2 root 5 all over 2. and reduce. Reduce everything that is not underneath the radical sign. So 2 goes into itself once, 2 goes into itself once, 2 goes into 4 twice. So my answer is x equals -2 plus or minus root 5. Cool? All right, my friends, I do not hand this in. Make sure, the only people I want to hand this in is if you have 2, 4, and 6. If you tried those, that's awesome. Okay? If you need more time to finish them up, that's great. When you get them done, turn them in to me. It's not going to be worth less points. If you give it to me just what I did, you're going to get a 2 out of 4. Okay? So if you have it done, you can come put it in this folder. All right. So I want to review a couple of things that you will see on the test, and then I'm going to give you the review. We're going to do the review today and tomorrow because the test is on Thursday. Agree? All right. Cool. Right there. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so this is third. So this is if the what is that? What is this called? This part, where did this flip to a positive one?
If it was negative, yes.
All right.
But if it's just a single negative, then no.
Oh, okay. So it just stay out.
There you go.
No, esto?
Nada.
This is my missing
Sweet.
one.
Thank you. All right.
I know his part.
All right. You guys ready? I just wanted to review a couple things to kind of get things moving a little bit. But let's say I had this.
Oh, it's not. It's gonna fall in.
All right. So this one, could I use the quadratic formula on this one?
Wait, I thought.
Yes. Actually,
What is this?
no.
It's not on this sheet. It's just reviewing.
No, you can't.
Could I use a quadratic? What do you think? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
friends, I want to show you. If I use the quadratic formula on this one, and I'm just going to run through it real quick.
Are you gonna finish this?
No, do you want
You're not gonna finish it?
no.
I got this. Where'd you get this from? Your house?
I saw Sean today going off.
Going off? I didn't go off. Oh, she said Sean today. Oh. I thought you said Sean today.
What's up?
I just ran a 2.5-hour lunch session.
Sweet. You got a bunch for me?
Have everything.
Sweet.
Hold on. That's already done.
All right. So, or I could factor this. Holy cow! Names on them all. Oh, perfect, gents. It'll be updated by the morning when you get here.
We're gonna go play mini golf.
Go play regular golf.
Oh, Mr. Soap, he's so fucking fine. Aggro. That's so funny.
He doesn't have a date to prom. You want me to have him ask him?
No, that is so embarrassing.
Why
That
should
is,
I don't even know.
oh, he's so
All
funny.
right. Ready? So, hey, eyes to the board, please. So if I use the quadratic formula, it's all on the left. If I recognize that I could factor it, I get plus and plus. The two numbers that multiply together to give me 12, add to give me 7 are 3 and 4. So I get x equals -3 and x equals -4. Friends, what do you notice about the stuff on the right versus the stuff on the left?
Watch, wait a minute.
Yeah. So if you come across one of these problems and you're like, wait a minute, I think I can factor that, give that factoring a chance. Okay? Because, as you can see, it's the exact same problem, exact same answers, -3 and -4 on both. It's just the one on the left takes you an awful long time to do. Agree? The one on the left also has a lot of places you could make a sign error. But if you recognize the factoring, we did a lot of factoring, agree?
Yes.
All right, so that I want you to think about that for a moment. Now, let's say I had a problem that looked like this. And this is just, we're kind of thinking. Could I use the quadratic formula on this problem? I could factor it instead. I like the factoring idea. But watch, if I do the quadratic formula, A is 1, C is -25. Where is my B value? If the B value is not there, what must it be? If nothing's there in math, nothing is what? 0. Right? Nothing is 0?
No.
Because basically I don't have this. I'm missing this.
No x squared.
Because I don't have an x. So that's the same thing. All right, so x is equal to -b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So you can go x equals -0 plus or minus 0 squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So x equals 0 plus or minus square root 100 over 2. Root 100 is what?
25.
Close. What times what gives me 100? 10. So my answer becomes plus or minus 10 over 2, which is equal to plus or minus 5. There's my two answers. Okay? Or if you realize I could do this another way, I could do this by going x squared minus 25 equals 0. I could factor it to get this, which gives me this for an answer, which is the same answer. Or I could even do it this way. I could add 25 to both sides. I could do our famous root. Don't forget the plus minus. All right. Notice 3 different ways. 2 of the ways I could squeeze on the same side of the board because it wasn't as extensive as the first way. So my friends, when you're going through this test come Thursday, and we have the review packet I will be given to you shortly, if you can see that it'll factor quickly, there's a quicker way. The quadratic formula should be kind of your last resort because it takes the longest. Does that make sense? So there's lots and lots and lots of different ways to do it. Now, what I would like to do, this is a 2-day event. You still following me in this adventure? Okay. On Schoology. Oh, shoot. I have to log back into that.
4 times 2 equals 8. 8 times 2
80. All right. So before I give you this review, I want to show you. I want you to see. So you have 2 days of a review. Agree? The review is for you. Now, the thing that's frustrating to me is if I give you the review, I'm giving you the opportunity to work. I will actually give you the exact same review tomorrow if you wanted to work on it, like give it a shot. Like, so I'd say like maybe give it a shot what you know today. But on our website, on Schoology, you go down to the last folder, week 17. And under week 17, it says Tuesday, April 29th and Wednesday, April 30th. That is the video for the entire review worked out. Okay? This is, if you're at home, you're like, dude, I'm feeling totally motivated. Print this out. This is the exact same review I'm giving you. Okay? There will be another video posted underneath this, which is today's video that I just did. So I'm going to give you this review. It's a front, back, front, back. Please bring this back tomorrow. Complete as much as you can. You should be studying. Friends, there are a lot of you that are really depending heavily on this test. And I think Oh my gosh. Think about when we started this chapter. It was like so before spring break. Okay? This test is going to be worth 70 points. You can get 2 points extra credit if once I give you the test that day, I'm going to say, okay, write the quadratic formula down. You raise your hand, I'm going to come around. I will either give you the points. Once I get around the room, then I'm going to put the quadratic formula up on the board. So those of you that didn't know it, you can see it up on the board. Okay? So I hope at least 3 people get a 72 out of 70 on this test. That is total extra credit. I will actually have you cut on Thursday. I'm going to have a couple of desks actually tilted on their side to keep you separated because I want to make sure you can do this. Friends, if you take your time on the test, you can do it. Okay? But it's up to you how you're going to prepare for it for the next 2 days, today and tomorrow. Okay?
Questions are there?
I don't remember. Thank you.
That'd be like
Can I go to the van that says?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.